The part one, though, of You was released for season four, and it had a lot of people wondering what was going to happen, what he was going to do now that he's overseas. If I'm not mistaken, didn't he like end up in France? But Emily was there,
I
so then they move him to London, bro. It's just a random behind the scene things happen, right? Then more behind the
that's
scenes, right? This man didn't want to sleep with anybody because of his wife. So everybody had an opinion on that. There was so much behind the scenes changing with the production, and then the story, which is being split into part one and part two. I have received all of the episodes. I saw part one, and it ends on this, kind of cliffhanger on: is he going to be repeating his madness yet again, but in a different place, bro? I don't want to spoil what happens because I legally can't. It goes to a place that is so goofy. I told you when we were at Sundance that my brother texted me. He never texts me. He never gives
yeah.
me a review about anything. He said, "Don't watch part two of You. It is the worst thing that he's ever wasted his time on."
Wow.
It ain't that great, bro. I'm one episode away from wrapping it all, but what they did in 8 and 9 makes absolutely no sense. You are part one is irrelevant to what ends up happening in part two. I felt they ran the course with this. Jenna, you were saved jumping over to Wednesday than sticking with this show. It is not good. I don't know if you kept watching You, if you ever hopped on You.
I never hopped on the board of You. I don't know. It just never was like the kind of show that I tend to jive with. I know it's not Ryan Murphy, but it feels like it could be Ryan Murphy.
It does have some Ryan Murphy-ness to it. Look, I like Bradley, whatever his last name is.
Badgley?
I think he's good in the show. He does this funny thing where he's like always narrating, so his narration, I think, is out of pocket. It's not good, but it's fun to watch because it's a mixture of the goofy things they have him say. But then if you mute it, half of his performance are these expressions, and I don't know. I find it entertaining for the first 3 seasons. I think it's running its course with season 4, but people are still loving it, and part 2 comes out right before we head over to South by, so that is out there for people to enjoy. Velma on HBO Max, or do you have another thing?
No, I'm just laughing because anytime I hear Penn Badgley's name, I remember the joke of cop asks somebody, "Oh, what's your name?" And then the guy nervously looks around at the cop's shirt. Penn Badgley.
That's so dumb.